Is your new camera not quite living up to the hype? Well, it might be telling you a little white lie, and it has everything to do with the lens it came with. See, that kit lens? It's not bad, but it's a master of compromise, built to hit a price point, not to blow you away. It's a big part of why your photos might look a little flat, why the backgrounds are never quite blurry, and why you're fighting for a decent shot the second the lights get low. But here's the secret: camera companies don't exactly advertise. For a surprisingly small investment, we're talking less than a nice dinner out sometimes, you can unleash what your camera is really capable of. So today, I'm going to show you 5 affordable lenses that will open up a whole new world of possibilities for your photos. Let's break down the problem. You unbox your awesome new camera, twist on that 18 to 55mm lens it came with, and you expect magic. Instead, the results are okay. They're fine, but they don't have that wow factor you see all over Instagram. The backgrounds are stubbornly in focus, and as soon as you're shooting indoors or after sunset, everything gets grainy and disappointing. This is not your fault. It's just a matter of design. That lens is built to be a jack of all trades. To make it both versatile and affordable, manufacturers have to make compromises in the areas that create photographic magic: aperture, sharpness, and overall build. The biggest culprit here is what's called a variable aperture. You've seen the numbers on the lens, right? Something like f3.5 to 5.6. All that means is, as you zoom in, the lens is physically letting in less and less light. It's getting weaker right when you need it to be strong. This is a major reason so many people get frustrated with photography indoors or after the sun goes down. Your camera is forced to either crank up the ISO, which creates that ugly grain, or use a slower shutter speed, which means blurry photos. And on top of that, you just can't get that creamy, blurry background, that beautiful bokeh that makes your subject leap off the screen. An aperture of f5.6 simply isn't designed to create the same kind of subject separation as a lens with a much wider aperture like f1.8. Your photos end up looking flat, where the background competes with your subject for attention. Finally, there's sharpness. Kit lenses are made to be adequate, not exceptional. They're a starting point, a gateway designed to show you what's possible, and then, frankly, leave you wanting more. They're built this way because camera brands know that once you see what a better lens can do, you'll be excited to upgrade. But you do not need to spend thousands on pro-level glass to get incredible results. You just need to know which affordable lenses give you the most bang for your buck. So let's get into the 5 lenses that will help you fall in love with photography all over again. We're going to look at 5 lenses that can handle pretty much any situation a new photographer could dream of. We'll talk about what each one does best and why it's a huge step up from your kit lens. Lens number 1, the 50mm f1.8, the nifty 50. If you only buy one lens from this list, this is the one. For decades, the 50mm f1.8, affectionately known as the Nifty 50, has been the first and best upgrade for new photographers. Every major brand, Canon, Nikon, Sony, you name it, makes a fantastic and incredibly affordable version of this lens. So what's the big deal? It's all in that f1.8 number. That is a very wide aperture, and it does 2 magical things. First, it lets in a massive amount of light. Remember your kit lens gasping for air at f5.6? An f1.8 lens lets in about 10 times more light. That's more than 3 full stops of light, which is an absolute game changer for shooting indoors, at night, or anytime the lighting isn't perfect. You can keep your ISO low for clean images and use a faster shutter speed to freeze action without blur. Second, it creates that gorgeous, professional-looking background blur. Set this lens to f1.8, nail the focus on your subject, and just watch the background melt into a soft, creamy bokeh. This is the fastest way to make your portraits pop and look seriously professional. The 50mm is also a prime lens, meaning it doesn't zoom. This might sound like a weakness, but it's a secret strength. It forces you to zoom with your feet, to move around, to think about your framing, and to be more intentional. It's one of the best teaching tools out there and will make you a better photographer, fast. For portraits, street photography, and just capturing daily life, the Nifty 50 is a must-have. Lens number 2, the 24mm f1.8 or f2.8, the storyteller. While the 50mm is perfect for zeroing in on a subject, sometimes you need to show the bigger picture. That's where a wide-angle lens comes in, and a 24mm prime is a favorite for videographers, vloggers, and landscape shooters for good reason. This lens gives you a much wider field of view, making it perfect for sweeping landscapes, architecture, and shooting in tight spaces where you physically can't back up. If you want to make videos for YouTube or TikTok, a 24mm is brilliant for those talking headshots that capture you and your environment without feeling claustrophobic. Just like the nifty 50, a 24mm prime will usually have a wide aperture like f1.8 or f2.8. This gives you fantastic low light ability and lets you create a surprisingly shallow depth of field for a wide-angle lens, which can give your shots a really cinematic feel. You can find amazing, affordable 24mm lenses from brands like Samyang, Viltrox, or the camera makers themselves. It's an accessible way to add a completely new perspective to your toolkit. By the way, if you're finding this helpful, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. I put out videos like this every week to help you get more out of your camera without emptying your wallet. Lens number 3. The 24 to 105mm f4. The ultimate walk-around. Okay, I know I just talked up prime lenses, but hear me out. While a basic kit lens is a bundle of compromises, a high-quality zoom is a tool of incredible flexibility. A lens like a 24 to 105mm f4 is the ultimate all-in-one lens for travel and everyday adventures. Unlike your kit lens's variable aperture, this lens has a constant f4 aperture. This means whether you're shooting wide at 24mm or zoomed way in at 105mm, your aperture can always be f4. That consistency is a massive advantage, especially for video, as your exposure won't change while you zoom. An f4 aperture is the perfect sweet spot, wide enough for decent low-light shooting and some background blur, but it allows the lens to stay relatively compact. The huge focal range means you can capture landscapes, portraits, and distant subjects without ever changing lenses. It's the perfect choice for a day trip, a vacation, or anytime you want to be ready for anything. It's the lens your kit lens wishes it could be. Lens number 4. The 70 to 200mm f4 or f2.8. The pro's secret weapon. Ever see those portraits where the subject just leaps off a background that looks compressed and almost like a painting? The secret is a telephoto zoom, and the 70 to 200mm is the undisputed king. This lens introduces you to a powerful effect called lens compression. Now, technically, it's not the lens that's compressing anything. The effect comes from the perspective you get by standing farther away from your subject and zooming in, which a telephoto lens lets you do. When you stand back and shoot at 200mm, the background appears to be pulled closer and magnified behind your subject. This look is incredibly flattering for portraits and creates a polished, high-end feel. A 70 to 200mm is the workhorse for sports, wildlife, and event photography. It lets you fill the frame with action from the sidelines or capture candid moments without being noticed. While the f2.8 versions are legendary and legendarily expensive, most brands make a much more affordable f4 version that delivers nearly all the magic for a fraction of the price. You can also find incredible deals on older DSLR versions. Adding a telephoto lens to your bag gives you more than just reach. It gives you a whole new way of seeing. Lens number 5. The 12 to 14mm ultra-wide. The dramatic perspective. Finally, for those moments when even 24mm isn't wide enough, you need to go ultra-wide. A lens in the 12mm to 14mm range is a specialized tool, but it creates dramatic, awe-inspiring images that are impossible to get any other way. This is the lens you grab for epic sweeping landscapes, for real estate and architecture where you need to show an entire room, or for creative, perspective-bending street shots. In fact, lenses in the 12 to 24mm range are incredibly popular for astrophotography because their massive field of view allows you to capture a huge part of the night sky along with the landscape. With a lens this wide, getting a blurry background isn't the goal. Instead, they are built to be sharp from one corner of the frame to the other, capturing every last detail in a grand scene. And again, you don't have to spend a fortune. Brands like Rokinon and Samyang are known for their affordable, manual-focus ultra-wides that produce stunning images. It may not be a lens you use every day, but when you need it, nothing else comes close. So, there you have it. The lie isn't that your kit lens is useless, it's that you have to be content with it. The truth is, for a few $100s, you can pick up a lens that will solve your biggest creative problems and completely re-energize your photography. You don't need all of these at once. Start with the one that tackles your biggest frustration. If you crave beautiful portraits with blurry backgrounds, get the 50mm f1.8. If you're always on the move and want maximum flexibility, look for a 24 to 105mm. If you love shooting sports or wildlife, a 70 to 200mm will be a revelation. Your camera is only half the story. The glass you put in front of it is what truly shapes your images, Stop letting your kit lens hold you back. Grab one of these, go out there, and see the difference for yourself. What was your first lens upgrade? Or which one of these are you saving up for? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy shooting!